So we want to start with the Spain versus Cape Verde in terms of kind of deeper discussion. So this Spain team, one of the most hyped teams in the tournament. They were at one point the consensus favorite on FanDuel and some of these other sports books.
Yeah.
And they came out against Cape Verde, who was in their first World Cup ever, and tied 0-0. What was your biggest takeaway from the Spain game?
Okay, so I don't want to overreact to it.
Yeah.
It is an incredible result, though. Like, it is a truly incredible result. Spain is the favorite to win the World Cup, and Cape Verde is, if I'm being honest, I just learned that they existed a couple days ago.
Yeah.
You know? And so it is an incredible result, but I don't want to overreact to it. I do think it is a little concerning that basically what happened is Cape Verde said, we're going to sit in against the Spanish.
Yeah.
And Spain was like, oh, we didn't even think. No, that's our kryptonite.
Right.
Oh, we didn't even conceive that someone
that's possible.
Oh, now what do we do?
Yeah.
Because they didn't have an answer. It's like, no, duh. Yeah. Cape Verde was going to sit in on you guys. Well,
no, 100%.
And you don't have
100%.
an idea for how to pick the lock?
Yeah. No, that's like going into the test, knowing exactly the questions that are being asked in the test, and doing no prep work on it.
I'll figure out
I'll figure it out. I'm gonna wing it. Yeah. No. Which, by the way, like, they have so much talent that they probably thought they were just gonna waltz in there and put 3 or 4 past Cape Verde. And by the way, that's what I thought. I came out here and I said that they were gonna mercy rule Cape Verde, and I was wrong. I was so wrong, because you know what I forgot? I forgot that Spain does not have a good number 9. They have incredible midfielders. They're going to have the ball the entire game against pretty much whoever they play. But they do not have a number 9 who can finish the job.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest problem with them. Like, Ferran Torres, I think he hit the crossbar on a sitter.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at the front 3 that they had out there, no one could just do that last, or like Holland, Kane, Giroud, just get in the net. Like, whether it's a header, whether it's a toe poke, they just it fell apart.
100%. It makes you yearn for guys like Morata, which who thought anybody would say like that sentence?
I know,
but
it's crazy.
It does.
It's
like,
crazy.
If he is, I think if Morata's in that game, he maybe scores a couple of goals
for sure.
And that really is all it was. Like, Spain had the ball. They had the ball.
But that's the thing. They're always going to, like, Spain having the ball. It's like, yes.
That's all they did. It was very strange. And they just didn't. I don't know. At no point did they say, okay, let's make these changes. Like, they were really, really stubborn in the way they approached it. And credit to Cape Verde. They just stuck to their guns. I will say, like, while it's a good result for Cape Verde, I don't have a ton of faith in them. Even after this, like, they could probably tie anybody in the world 0-0. Going forward, though, it was laughable. It seemed like none of them had been past half field ever professionally.
Crazy. The keeper put up a worldie, though. Didn't he have 7? He had 7 saves.
Vozinha. Yeah, I mean, I would say, like, very good result for him, like, all-time day.
And he had the Instagram blow up. Did you see that? He had, I want to say, he had 50,000 followers before the game, and after the game, it was like he woke up to 5 million followers. Yeah. Which is what happened to us yesterday.
Yeah.
No. After one super on the street video. It's over. No, and I will say it's one of the weird things that's been happening this World Cup.
Yeah.
Namely, why is it that smaller teams are competing with the marquee giants of soccer?
Yeah.
Spain tying Cape Verde, the Democratic Republic of Congo tying Portugal. There's a lot of parity in this World Cup. And I saw a stat, this was as of yesterday, that of the first 16 games in this World Cup, 11 of them had either ended in a draw or the margin of victory was just 1 goal. So there is a lot of parity, and it's like, why is that? Why is there so much parity in the World Cup? And the only thing I can come up with is that I think you're seeing the rest of the world catch up to some of the founding fathers of soccer.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, like, if we go back to the 1970s, the 1980s, there is no internet. There is, like, Australia might have literally no idea the practices that the Spanish national team is running, the drills. Like, you might have no idea. But with the advent of the internet, everyone knows what a rondo is now. Every team is doing rondos. Every player has access to a trove of footage and game analysis and tactics. And so I think you're seeing maybe for the first time like the effects of that, where, and again, South Africa didn't do a good job of it, but like teams like South Africa, like they're trying to play. You had Curacao put up a goal against Germany, and for 28 minutes of that game, it was tied.
Yeah.
So, or I guess maybe 18 minutes of that game, it was tied. So that is something really interesting to think about moving forward. Is, are we going to start to see in later World Cups surprise winners where it's not just like the 5 or 6 nations that have traditionally won, but it's, dare I say, Cape Verde? No, but there's just more parity, and that's kind of exciting. It has this like March Madness Cinderella feel, which is cool.
Yeah, I am definitely one of the people that didn't like the expansion to 48 teams to the World Cup.
Yeah,
but it is with the exception of Curacao, it's kind of hard to look at this World Cup and say like, see, it's not fair. Like
100%.
There's no point.
Yeah,
because I mean, Spain, Portugal, Uruguay, Belgium, all of them drawing
stumbling
like far inferior
teams. Yeah.
And so I don't know. I think you can say, oh, but Cape Verde they sat in a low block and they parked the bus.
Yeah.
They are not the first people to do that against Spain,
100%.
but they are one of the few that were very successful at doing it.
Absolutely.
So I don't know. Credit to Cape Verde. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in that group. Spain is still going to be fine. They might mercy rule the next team.
I sure hope so. Otherwise, my reputation on the internet's over. It's done. I'm trying to think. The other thing about the Spain team that at least bothers me is that obviously they have so much talent, but if you have so much talent, there needs to be, if you're not going to execute on it, there needs to be like, dare I say, a little bit of like grittiness or humility once you realize you're not just having your way. And I just didn't see any of that from the Spanish players. No. Like at no point did it feel like, oh, we're in a dogfight. Let's fight.
I'll tell you what. I think if there's one person, it was probably Yamal.
Yeah. He had some juice. He had some juice.
The kid on the team. It's like he came on, and I don't know. I think you're right. There wasn't a lot of grit. There wasn't a lot of grittiness,
spunk.
To the Spanish team, and maybe I'm mistaking Yamal's, just pure talent for grit. But when he came on, there was definitely a spark and a jump, and I think if he had started that game, he would have gotten himself one eventually. But
what's your revised prediction for this Spain team after the Cape Verde match? Because you and I both had them going to the final.
Yeah,
against the Dutch.
I mean, we've almost seen everybody play once, and Spain was a lot. They weren't. I mean, they tied Cape Verde. That's the only. So I don't want to push the panic button and forget about all the success that this Spanish team has had in very recent years. So I'm not going to change anything. I'm not going to revise anything. I'm going to wait until the end of the group stage to do any of that.
Yeah.
But I will say the problem is pretty apparent.
It's very apparent. But that's the most frustrating thing. And you said it earlier. Spain knew exactly what every other team is going to do to you. They're going to sit in the low block and then counterattack you. Like every team that's played either Barcelona or Spain in the last 14, 15 years has done that.
Yeah.
Like that's been the formula. And so to have no answer for it, to have no plan is crazy to me. That's the part that concerns me. That's yes, they have so much talent. Yamal will get healthy. I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about the sheer lack of preparation.
Yeah.
What did you think? You were just going to walk in and just destroy them?
And after 45 minutes, you go to the locker room and you come back out and you do the same thing.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe below, and follow for more.